All right, what's up? We are here with Lucy. Lucy is an 80-pound bloodhound, and as you can see in the first 5 seconds of this video, she pulls a lot. She is a maniac on the leash, has no leash manners. She just got here for a board and train yesterday. We need to bring this under control. I'm gonna be showing you how we bring an excited, wild, big dog under control, have some leash manners. She also resource guards a little bit, so we're gonna have to be really careful that she doesn't come and bite me, because she resource guards herself and has bit her owners on a couple occasions, regularly snaps at her owners, nips at them. So if you wanna see how we do it, make sure you watch the video all the way through to the end. All right, so our first step in fixing this leash pulling is we need to teach Lucy some basic leash manners, right? There's this thing called opposition reflex where when I pull her back, she inherently leans into the pull more. I give this example a lot, but if I were to push someone, if I were to push myself this way, I have to lean in to stop myself from falling that way. What we want to do is teach Lucy, hey, you feel something, you go with it, not against it. But dogs don't come from the factory knowing that, right? So we have to teach her just basic leash pressure. By doing that, right, look, I pull her harder, and so she leans into the pull more. It's a great example. She's a hound too, so, right, she is, you can see her nose is on the ground. What we're gonna do, we're gonna put a prong collar on, but I do have to be a little careful with this because of her excitement. We already have the prong collar attached. Hi, Lucy. Hi. You can see she's a little neurotic, right, a little scared. We'll have to be careful with this because she has bit her owners before, especially if they touch the top of her head, which is right where it's attached. I'll find the prong collar thing. Good girl. Good. All right, so we are live on the prong collar. The second I stand up, she is going to bolt to the end of the leash. Once she understands that she has a different tool on, we're gonna have to make it clear to her, hey, there's a way to turn it off. Before we give any corrections, we have to teach a dog, hey, you're in complete control of this and there's a way to turn off this pressure. We'll see how she responds. Yes, good, Lucy. She's also not very food motivated. We got some hot dogs. She's eating them now. We'll see how long she eats them for. Yes, good. But all we're doing here is giving her a little bit of pressure. We're not giving her a correction, just a little bit of pressure. Yes. And teaching her this is how she turns it off. She comes back to me, she turns it off. See, she's kind of all over the place. She's a really sweet girl, but she just needs to know the difference between right and wrong, and this pulling and craziness is not right. Good girl. Yeah, she's already even a little more engaged. Nope. Spoke too soon. Yes. Good. But all we're doing here is making it fair to her what we're doing, right? She needs to understand that there is an outlet to turn off all this pressure, right? There's an outlet. When you feel this, there's a way to turn it off. It's completely on you. Once we get into actual stopping leash pulling, it's gonna be very clear to her the difference between right and wrong. Yes, good, Lucy. But we'll see. Once she starts understanding yes! Right, so I just gave her a little pressure there. I didn't make any body movements, didn't change my body language, didn't say anything. She came right back to me. So we are ready to move on. The first thing we're gonna do is teach loose leash walking. So what is loose leash walking? Well, loose leash walking means a dog can walk anywhere. They don't have to be in a heel, they don't have to be next to you, but this is the only slack they get, the length of the leash, which we are using a 4-foot biothane lead. You can check out our Amazon storefront, they're awesome. But we're using a 4-foot biothane lead. That's all she gets. She can't go to the end of the leash. So the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna make it a nice, fun, follow the leader game. We're gonna do some sudden U-turns. I'm gonna turn around and walk the other way. If she's with me, she's paying attention, she's going to get paid. If she's not, it's going to be a little bit uncomfortable for her. And what this does is show her that she has to pay attention. This is not us correcting her. This is her not paying attention to us and her understanding, oh shoot, I need to pay a little more attention to him. And then once she does, she gets reinforced for that. So let's get into some sudden U-turns. Yes, good, Lucy, good. Yes. She doesn't like the cameraman walking behind her, so we'll keep walking this way. But that was one correction. She's a hound, so she does bark and howl a lot. Generally dogs need, if you use the right pressure level, dogs only need maybe somewhere between 2 and 4 or 5 U-turns. Yes, good. Good, Lucy. Lucy. Come on. Whoa, I'm getting taken out. Until she's really, really fearful of the cameraman walking behind her. But good. Good, Lucy. Yes. We're trying to make this a positive experience for her. Right? This is the behavior that we want. So that was 2 corrections, and she's already starting to understand, oh, he might change directions and go the other way without saying anything. If that happens, and I'm not paying attention, it's going to be a little bit uncomfortable for a second. Right? We are inherently discouraging the pulling and encouraging more engagement. Look, yes, good, Lucy. See, that was 2 corrections. Lucy, hey, if she doesn't want food, we're not gonna pay her. Yes, good. That was a very mild correction. We'll walk this way until she is very afraid of the cameraman, so we'll keep going. See if we can get one more U-turn in, let her succeed. Once she starts catching us doing U-turns, that's when we can move on to the next part. So we'll do a couple reps. Yes, good, Lucy. She's going to quickly understand that she has to pay attention to me. I'm just walking. And another thing, when I turn around, I'm not looking at her. The second she feels the pressure, I am looking the other way. Good, Lucy. Yes. Good girl. Yes, good. Lucy. Hey. Come on. Good. Another quick little tip for y'all. If your dog is not very food motivated and will not take treats and stuff out here, don't wave a treat in front of their face and just keep trying to pay them if they don't want it. All you're doing is trying to bribe them and it's not working, right? It's not a good, clear relationship. So already a lot more engagement with her. This is exactly the behavior that we want. Yes, good girl. All right, so she got me on that one. So what we're gonna do is we are going to move on to step number 2, which is sudden stops. I'm going to stop. If she gets to the end of the leash before I stop, I'm going to give her a pop. Before she gets to the end, before she gets to the end of the leash, I'm going to stop. If she is already at the end of the leash and the leash is already tight, I can't pop. The leash, a pop it's not about the strength of it, it's a lot more about the technique. It's a pop from a loose leash, that's what it is. It's not a pull like that. So, yes, good, Lucy. Good. Okay, she didn't want it, we won't pay her. Come on. Good girl. Yes. Yes, good girl. Okay. As you can see, this engagement is already, much stronger. Yes, good. Significantly more engagement. Yes, good girl. Good. Good. And I am being very unpredictable with how I am doing this, how I'm stopping, how I'm walking, whatever I'm doing. I'm not being predictable. Yes, good girl. So we didn't even need to give any corrections with sudden stops. The last but final step is, the last and final step is sporadic walking, which is where we combine U-turns, sudden stops, and a change of speed and change of direction. So we will start doing this. And as we're doing this, every walk is going to look a little bit like this. It's going to get better and better, right? Every single walk, we're not going to be boom, 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 boom. But every walk, we're gonna start off with just some sporadic walking. Yes. And really pushing her, testing her, right? This is her mental exercise. She can look around, she can sniff around, but she has to be paying some attention to me. It's a great mental exercise for dogs, and I highly recommend if your dog pulls on a leash, no matter your dog's problems, if they pull on a leash, this is an awesome tool, right? And her motor's a lot lower. I mean, we can put a before and after video on just how high her motor is. Like, her motor's still pretty high. She's still a little neurotic, looking around, being a little crazy, but yes, she keeps checking in with me, which over time, she will learn that this is how great things happen when she does this. Good, Lucy. Good. We're gonna walk slower, right? She's paying attention. She's allowed to be ahead of me. She's just not allowed to see something and pull, right? If she sees a patch of grass there, she walks to it, she pulls to it, she gets there, and we don't do anything about it. We've just encouraged our dog to pull. That is self-reinforcing. They pull, they get there, they are going to do it again. What we have to do is make the pulling uncomfortable, and then showing this is, we're reinforcing you this way, right? This is where great things happen. We'll stop. Yes. Walk really fast. Sporadic walking. Yes. Good girl, Lucy. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep practicing this for, I don't know, probably 2 or 3 days. Lucy, come on. And after 2 or 3 days, we should be really solid where we don't need to do all of this sporadic walking and moving around and sudden stops and U-turns. Yes, good. We should be at the point where she just walks naturally and her motor's a lot lower, she's a lot happier. So if you like videos like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Helps us out, it's free. Been getting a lot of followers on YouTube as well as on Instagram and TikTok. So check out all of our social media. We got a lot of different content, and I would love to see you in the next video. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you in the next one.